Why experts are picking the Bucks to decline after their season last year, honestly, I have no idea. Really though, it just I get that I'm a Bucks fan. I get that I am biased. I'm a fan. I don't see it. I really do not see it. Like I have all of the additions and subtractions pulled up on my screen right here over the offseason. All of the young guys we would likely see take another step. I shouldn't be surprised. We're the Bucks. We're the Bucks. Why am I surprised? I'm not. I shouldn't be surprised. But just another year of proving the doubters wrong. That's what we do around here. Let's talk about the offensive side of the ball first. So last year, I would say our biggest weakness was run game, interior pass protection, and the guy did get a head coaching job, but I'm still going to say it, play calling or play sequencing or in-game adjustments on the offensive side of the ball. You see, you're following. And a lot of those things all kind of go hand in hand. The run game was not successful because there were not in-game adjustments. There was no flexibility there for the quarterback to make any changes at the line. It was whatever Dave called, Dave ran, and that man lived and died by inside zone. And yeah, it wasn't a good run game last year. Are we surprised? Like, your interior offensive line was the weak spot on your offense, or you're gonna keep running behind your weak spot? Like, he got a head coaching job. I'm not saying Dave is terrible. He does have some good concepts. I think he just needs some more time, some more experience as a play caller to really put it all together, to really, really, truly have a successful offense. We saw a lot of struggles throughout that first half of the season, even a little more than that. And then things did start to click a little bit more over that win streak. And then towards the end of the year, it kind of died back down again when you look at that Saints game and that Panthers game. So it's just the consistency was not there for Dave. Anyways, we're moving on from Dave because he moved on from us, which I'm okay with. I wasn't the happiest in the moment, but Liam Cohen, everything I'm hearing, everything I'm seeing, seems like good things are on the horizon. Liam Cohen is a player's coach. He plays to the team's strengths based on the players. If you have really good receivers, he's going to make sure the receivers get the ball. If he has a really good receiving back, he's going to make sure that receiving back catches passes. It's just, I feel like that's what makes more sense. I feel like it's kind of common sense. It should be, at least in coaching. Get your players the ball in position to make plays. Yeah, fourth quarter, down 10, 3rd and 13. He's not going to run the ball right up the middle. It's based on what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, it's not going to happen. And Baker Mayfield is going to have a lot more freedom to make changes based on what he sees in front of him, which is a fantastic thing. Put some trust in your quarterback. He's right there, looking, making his reads. If he sees something, let him attack it. Let him attack. The same way I don't want to completely trash Dave Canales, I don't want to put Liam Cohen on this pedestal because we haven't seen anything yet. Can there be a learning curve? Yeah, could the Bucs struggle offensively throughout the first couple weeks of the season, trying to get into things? Yeah. But if there's a quarterback that knows how to transition from one offense to another, to another, to another, every single season, it's Baker Mayfield. And this offense that is being implemented, the scheme is not too much different, and the verbiage not too much different from what Dave Canales was running. The sequencing, everything like that, as I've spoken about, the freedom to change plays, call audibles, all of that is different. But it shouldn't be too much of a learning curve based on what Dave runs and what Cohen runs. The whole scheme, verbiage, it's not too much different. And I feel like this is a given the run game struggles were not due to Rachaad White. Let me just, in case anyone was thinking that, yeah. No, RB1. RB1's going to work this year. As for the offensive line, we did see a lot of interior pressure last year. Baker quickly having to move off of his spot because center and guard are getting pushed back into him, and he's having to improvise, scramble, do what he has to do. Thankfully, Baker's pretty good at that type of stuff. But he should be a little more comfortable this year. Cody Mauch, rookie last year, pretty undersized at that guard position, was put on a little bit of weight, filling into that NFL guard body. I expect to see an improvement from Cody Mauch. We saw one throughout the entire season. He got better game after game. I expect the same thing going into a whole new season with the new weight. And then first round, what do the Bucs do? They grab a center, one of the most highly rated, most athletic centers in a while. The center on top of everyone's boards, Graham Barton. Massive. I'm going to say massive improvement. I'm going to say it. I know he hasn't played a snap, but I mean, center's one of those positions you will probably hit on. If you're going to take a center in the first round, it doesn't happen often, but if you do, you're probably hitting this guy based on his athleticism and what he's shown in college on film. I don't see how this could be a miss. I'm excited to see what Graham Barton brings to this interior offensive line and how he elevates it as a whole. Left guard, probably the biggest hole. Not even probably, it is the biggest hole on the offensive line. Going to be a position battle there throughout training camp. Sua Opeta, Ben Bredesen, Elijah Klein. We'll see who comes out on top, but any three of them, I don't think it can be that much of a drop-off, if any. It could even be an improvement from last season, going from Matt Filer to Aaron Stinney. It was a struggling position last year. It was. On to the running back room, continuing to move throughout, talking about this offense. Running back room has a little bit more juice. Rachaad White had to carry a huge workload last season, and the further along we got in the season, the more we kept seeing Rachaad get a little banged up. He never got too injured to where he had to miss a game or anything like that, but you'll see him grabbing onto a body part on the sideline, and you can see a little grimace here and there. It catches up to you at that running back position, and thankfully the Bucs filling their needs in the draft. Bucky Irving out of Oregon. I'm excited to see what he can bring. He will be a good change of pace for Rachaad White. I mean, even though Bucky isn't the biggest guy, he knows how to break tackles. That's what he does. And bringing a little bit of juice to that room, along with the veteran Chase Edmonds. Hopefully he doesn't get injured as much as he did last year, but I like that room as a whole between Rachaad, Chase, and Bucky. On to the wide receivers. Mike, Chris, boom, boom. We already know 1 and 2. What do? Add more depth from the draft where it's needed. Trey Palmer, 6th-round pick last year, played well for a 6th-round pick. He really did. Somehow, though, I still feel like there is more to be had from Trey Palmer. Even though he played that well for a 6th-round pick, you don't expect much from a 6th-round pick. He played well, and I think there is still more room to grow for Trey Palmer. Another addition, Jalen McMillan, should be an immediate impact rookie throughout the passing game. He's going to bring I'd say Chris Godwin-like. That's what I would go with. A Chris Godwin-like receiver. Pretty tough, good hands, can run all the routes he needs to run. Excited to see what he can bring to the offense. Sterling Shepard, another depth piece added, kind of Baker's guy there back to their Oklahoma days. So I don't think he'll crack wide receiver 3 or anything like that, but solid depth piece. Liam Cohen has also already stated, talking about a player's coach, that he is going to be moving Chris Godwin back to the position he's been best at throughout his NFL career, and that is slot receiver. We've seen him have to be that outside receiver for a couple years now, moving him back into that slot. He's different. You think back to multiple games where he has 13 catches. That's what he does. He can take those hits in the middle of the field. Tough receiver, great hands. That's where he excels, and that's where he needs to be, honestly. Liam Cohen knows it, and that's where he has him going. And it's going to, like I said, I'm kind of biased, but I'm talking about this entire offense. I just talked about the entire offense. We can talk about Baker Mayfield, sure. Another year in the building, another year of chemistry with the wide receivers, with the running back, with the offensive line, another year of leadership with the team. Is a worse season possible from Baker Mayfield? Yes, but all signs point to around the same range of what he did last year, potentially even better. So all of this offense that I've talked about, where are we going to see the decline? Offensive line, no. Wide receivers, no. Running back room, how? Quarterback. You see what I'm saying? Where's the decline? Where is it going to come from? All right, let's go to defense. Two biggest subtractions. Carlton Davis, traded for a third-round pick, and Devin White. Let go. Not interested in bringing back to the team. The team was comfortable with Levante, KJ Britt, Servassier Dennis. They were good with that, and I don't blame them. So looking at those two subtractions, Devin White, his blitzing will be missed. I'll give him that. But too many missed assignments, missed keys, missed tackles. It just wasn't there for Devin White. Since that Super Bowl run, it just was not there. And I don't think we're going to be missing Devin White very much. Like I said, the blitzing was really nice to have. And not a lot of linebackers can blitz like he can from middle linebacker. But outside of that, yeah, cut your ties. I'm okay with it. Carlton Davis. I do like Carlton. I respect Carlton. So I'm not going to say that one doesn't feel bad. I mean, there's definitely there were injury troubles with Carlton Davis, a little bit of inconsistency throughout last season, and I think with the cap situation, they were okay with letting him go and, giving Zion McCollum, who was basically a starter last year. If Carlton Davis was a starter, then Zion McCollum was a starter, because it's not like the difference in games played was very much. So going into Zion McCollum's third year now, expecting him to take another step, that athleticism, I mean, as long as he continues to get better in coverage, reading offenses, reading receivers, he should continue to take another step. And I really liked what I saw from Zion McCollum last year. Was it perfect? No, but it was good enough to start. He had a couple games where it was just like, all right, I see you, Zion. The first one that comes to mind is Falcons on the road in Atlanta. Great game from Zion McCollum. So excited to see what he can bring as a starter. Jamel Dean, solid. I don't see how he can decline. I mean, he had a bunch of injuries last year. You just hope he can stay a little bit more healthy this year. But decline? I don't see it. Depth. The Bucs needed depth. You get rid of Carlton Davis. You got to bring another body in there. And they do that. Another Todd Bowles type of corner. 6'1", Bryce Hall. I mean, they're even when they're losing guys, they're filling that hole. Is Bryce Hall Carlton Davis? No, I'm not going to say that. But as that third outside corner, I'll take it all day. Bryce Hall's a good corner. Did he play that number one corner role for the Jets? No, obviously not with Sauce Gardner, but he was a good piece for them on that defense, who was a really successful defense despite it being the Jets. So I'm excited to have him on the team and filling in the holes that you need to. That's Jason Light. I see you. Safety addition, Jordan Whitehead. If you're going to tell me there's a decline at safety, I going from Ryan Neal, next to Antoine Winfield. Now back to having Jordan Whitehead on the Buccaneers next to Antoine Winfield. Broken record. Where's the decline there? We know what Jordan Whitehead brings as Bucs fans. That hit power, that run stopping. He's improved with his time with the Jets in pass coverage, I believe. And I think it should just be another addition that helps this defense play better, play faster, play stronger. Love what Jordan Whitehead brings. Didn't want him to leave in the first place. Cap space is a thing, though. Doesn't matter. We got him back. We got him back. And then to the defensive line, which should only get better. Drafted Chris Braswell. More competition. At that outside linebacker position, Joe Tryon. Last year of his contract, Bucs don't pick up his option. He's going to be playing for something much bigger than just this season. He will. And I expect to see a more fiery Joe Tryon-Shoyinka this season. So that competition there between Braswell and Joe should bring the best out of each other. You move in a little bit, Kalijah Cansey. Last year, he didn't even get to practice in training camp, and he missed the first 4-ish games. You give him a full training camp and just able to start the season healthy. How well he played last season as a rookie? Where's the decline? Where is it? Vita Vea himself did not love his production last year, so what does he do? He switches things up, drops some weight, expects to be much faster, a little bit more finesse, can be a little bit more flexible. I'm really, really excited to see what this version of Vita Vea brings compared to what we have seen in the past. And I think it, how could it not help? Yes, is it great having just that massive dude in the middle? Yeah, but he's still massive. He's not that, but he's massive and he's gonna be faster. And then Yaya Diaby. We know what he did as a rookie last year, continuing to grow. Finally, around week 10, he becomes a starter. The Bucs sack leader last season. Another year under his belt. I expect in year 2, Yaya, with that freakish athleticism, to take another step. On the D-line, where is the decline? Yes, we lose Shaq Barrett. He just retired. There wasn't a ton left on the bone for Shaq Barrett. Just going towards that end of his career, a ton going on outside of the game. Gets signed by Miami in the offseason and doesn't make it to training camp. He retires, decides to spend time with family, so you got to understand that. And I don't think that is a massive or huge loss that would cause this defensive line room to take a dip. I don't. So there we go. And I didn't even speak on like Tyke Smith, Christian Izzian. Like, I'm not even going to say it again. You already know what's about to come in my mouth. I'm not even going to say it again. So please let me know down in the comments below, where's the decline coming from? Because I don't see it. And I'm just here to speak that. And, you know, the Bucs keep receipts. Jason Light keeps receipts. Players keep receipts. It's becoming a thing for the Bucs. And there are a lot of receipts to be kept already throughout this offseason. I've seen as low as 6 and 11, and I think the highest I've seen is like 8 and 9, 9 and 8, which they went last year. It's a tough schedule, but 6 and 11, you're out your damn mind. You're out your mind, bro. You've lost it. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this whole thing. I mean, like I said at the beginning of this video, we're used to it as Bucs fans, so it is what it is type of thing. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Go Bucs. Football's almost here, baby. Y'all have a blessed one.